Hello, folks. Welcome back to the coolest, flyest, chillest, most awesome, most amazing channel on YouTube and the internet. We have a bit of a safety meeting for today's morning walk with Bowie. We're your 420 friendly coin collecting, funny joke telling, cute animals. You need to calm down, Bowie. Car fixing, good eats around the city, cool stuff. Holy fuck, man. I'm gonna be watching some clips on loose lead training. Today we're gonna have a quick walk, I think, just because the air quality is not good. But we leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Look at this guy. He's lifting a concrete brick. Bowie, no. Hey. Oh, I got my bag there. I got more bags in my pocket in case we get more than one result. Okay. I'm just wearing my summer flip-flops today. We're planning on a quick walk, so easy, Bowie. I wasn't able to repair that last night. I didn't get a minute. Bowie, come on. Oh, I got amazing good news about Gila. So June 13th sheriff coming to change the locks and kick everyone out of the apartment. That's put on hold. That's not happening now. Oh no, that's a whiz. It looked like a poo's crouch. Come on this way. Come. It's been put on hold, and she has a hearing date of July 2nd. So between now and then, her and I are going to take one of her day offs and organize all the evidence that we have to present in order to keep her in the building, including the petition with all the signatures of people that want her to stay. And then on her next day off, we're going to stay in the lobby, and that's our result right there, folks. We're going to wait in the lobby, and we're going to ask for more signatures on her petition. Dummy. Thickness of light. Oh, watch out, Bowie. Get away. That's a fair size result for sure. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was horrible. Okay. Well, now he's in a better mood. He got his pee out of the way. He's got his... Hey, Bowie! Stop that! Stay... Hey! Stop it! Bowie! We're not going over there today. Sheesh. Easy! Fuck, man, he's hard on this lead. Thanks for spending your time with us, folks. You're all gangsters and gangsterettes, rock stars and rock starettes. lead vocalists, backup singers, guitarists, drummers, roadies, doormen, doorwomen, everything you do to help get the show on the road and for the band to have a good time and the crowd to enjoy the show. We appreciate everything you do. This should be good for Bowie for a few minutes. I know it's going to be a quick walk, but I don't want to take him in too quickly. I like to give him a little bit of his own time. So that's what this is. Play with some rocks and sticks. Might do that again. There was this one he was picking on too. We'll zoom out. Give you a little more of the picture. I got the safety meeting going. I let him have a little fun. But I can see the smoke. I can see the haze. I can just see the haze lingering in the air. It's really not a good time to be outside, folks, breathing the air. I'm being a numpty here by doing this. Doing this. The regular air is not top quality right now because of the wildfires in Alberta and whatnot, Saskatchewan. Some of that smoke is lingering this way, making it towards this way and hanging in the air. So it makes for poor air quality. And you know what? It's ridiculous, folks. I got more good news for us all. They've defunded SpaceX. No more pretend going to space. And NASA, I believe, was defunded as well. I think both of them. So that's some great news. And if they were to allocate those funds towards forest fire fighting airplanes, just think of how many airplanes would be in the air right now over those wildfires, putting them out, instead of pretending we can go somewhere we can't. Let's walk on those lights in the sky. We can do it. They made it sound like going to the moon or to space was like going to the corner store for bread and milk. Like, I'm going to Mars. I'll see you in a week. Couple months. There's a lady with a little teeny tiny puppy over there. He's so cute. I don't want to bring it to Bowie's attention because he might act like a knucklehead. But yeah. An elderly lady. Or it could be a young lady with white hair. I had an Auntie Max. Her hair was white as snow at 18 on. But I think that's an elderly lady with her little puppy. And I think some young women may be trying to make that white hair a style, like a look. I'm not a blonde, brunette, or redhead. I have white hair, and I'm young. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Myself, I've always leaned towards redheads and blondes. Not that I haven't dated or almost married a brunette. I'm not into all the sign stuff and the outer looks too much, you know, like, yeah, I want you to be a little easy on the eyes, but by no means does she have to be a perfect 10 or anything. I don't even think that exists. No matter how hot a chick is, some guy somewhere is sick of her bullshit. So, there's no real such thing as a 10, either man or female. I think we can strive to be 10s, but to actually be a 10, that's a tough call, a tall order. Imagine always having to be on your best behavior, always being a 10, always trying to look your best for other people to judge you as a 10. Like myself, You might think I'm a whatever, but I know what I'm capable of, and I know how I think of myself, and that's what's important for me. What others think of me is none of my business. What I think of them should be more important to them than what they think of me. Because if I don't think you're a halfway decent person, I'm not going to want to have anything to do with you. So don't try to be Mr. or Mrs. Rogers around me, and never swearing and always acting proper, because that shit just puts me off. You got to be yourself around me or forget it. Like I said, we're a growing family and we don't like snowflakes or Karens, you know? So if you're not a snowflake, you're not a Karen. You know how to laugh at yourself and others, because that's what we do. We laugh at ourselves and we laugh at others. Over here at Christianers Fight the Good Fight, we call politicians, we ask them serious questions looking for serious answers. I'm also part of ACORN, Secretary for Ottawa West ACORN. ACORN's an international group that helps tenants fight scumbag landlords and shit, so they can stay in their homes and get the repairs done. Or if the landlord or the owner or the manager is like, we're going to tear all this stuff down because we're building a new project, so here's a little bit of money, you got to move. Well, we step in and say things like, no, you're not allowed to do that. You're going to have to let your residents and your tenants move back in once the renovations are done, blah, blah, blah. And we have done that, folks. We've made major changes. We've stopped projects, and we've had people put up in hotels while the project was done, so that they didn't have to live either with a relative during the project. And as soon as the project was done, one at a time, we're all together, everybody moved back in where they were at the same rent they were paying beforehand. So it doesn't matter what the new owner did. Install an in-ground pool or an indoor pool, put in dishwashers in every unit, it doesn't matter. He can't charge them more money, he can't charge them a hydro bill. He's got to keep things the way they were, with a small rent increase each year. And as the residents move out at their own leisure, then the new owner could probably charge more money to the new people. So yes, we do a lot of stuff over here on this channel. A lot of people accuse me of just being lazy and, oh, you got more money than you know what to do with. I wish I had a YouTube channel, wah, wah, wah. Bunch of crying, whining little Karens and Nancys. Start your own YouTube channel, dude, or dudette. Start making some decent content. There are a lot of channels out there and they have crap, shit content. And I can't believe the amount of subs. It's like, really? This is like, I only clicked on it out of curiosity, or it only landed in my feed for whatever reason, and I'm just checking this out real quickly, and this is lame. They don't really cover anything interesting, and I can't believe how many subs they have. So stop bitching about what I'm doing, or what I have, or what I can and can't do. Start focusing on yourself, folks. Get your own YouTube channel going. Get a kitten. Start doing little clips of your kitten having fun in your home or doing whatever. And start building a subscriber base. Get yourself on TikTok. Make a small effort to do something. Like I was saying the other day, it's no longer like it once was. You're going to have a job, maybe a little bit of a online thing, maybe a little bit of a YouTube channel, maybe you know how to put a roller on a wall and spread paint around, so you could do a little, weekend painting jobs for people, cash money, blah, blah, blah. Like, think. You don't have to rob banks or sell crack or meth or heroin or whatever bullshit you're thinking of. Fucking rethink that shit, man. You want your family coming to visit you in jail if somebody birds you out? You don't. You really don't want that. It's not a fun experience. Trust me. You see your mom or your father or whoever in a total different light when they're on the other side of that plexiglass. Some of them are crying. And they're not even the ones where you are. They're the ones, they get to go home. But they're, you know, they're afraid of what might happen to you and blah, blah, blah. It's a shit show. You don't want to go through it. So just grab a job or two. Hey, man, when I was down in Windsor, for a period of time, I worked 3 different frickin' jobs. 1 full-time, 2 part-time. Like, I was at it. You know, the rent's due. I'm going to get that money somehow. I'm going to pay my rent, you know. And that was after I quit a job that was a decent pay. But it was 9 months later, they wouldn't give me... Bowie, come here. Come on, come. They wouldn't give me a raise after 9 months. And one day during my shift, I injured myself, went to the hospital, got 3 stitches on the injury. I was called by the supervisor, the day supervisor. Chris, if you want, you can go home after you get your stitches. It'll be a paid day off. I was, no. I'm coming back. I'm going to finish my shift. Don't give me that crap. By the end of my shift, I had completed 13 insulated panels. It's aluminum cladding that goes on the outside of buildings. I'm sure you've seen them here and there. I worked on every Shoppers Drug Mart contract for Ottawa while I was down there. My grandpa would say, so you're saying I just have to go hug one of those poles in front of the Shoppers Drug Mart? It's like I'm hugging you. He missed me. Anyways, those insulated panels, they sell those to the client like over $1,000 each. I guarantee it. It was like $1,500 a panel. So I completed 13 in my 8-hour shift. By the time I left them, I wasn't doing what's it called? I wasn't fabricating the panels anymore. I wasn't assembling panels no more. I was running a CNC machine, which during the day shift guy got paid more, you know, hourly for that position. And so after 9 months, I felt I deserved a raise. I was doing a job I wasn't hired to do that pays more to other people. And they said no, so I quit. And then it was a little bit funny because I was riding the Dickie D bike selling ice cream at the Italian festival in Windsor. And who's in the crowd? That day supervisor that told me I could go home for the day and still get paid. And I don't know what they were thinking of when they looked at me. But all I could think when I saw them was like, yeah, that's right. I'd rather do this to pay my bills than to work for a bunch of assholes like you guys that can't even throw a guy a 50-cent an hour raise or something. And I was already, like, I had the job before I went for the interview. Even the guy who told me I could go home for the day and get paid, he was the one that did my interview. And I was like, yeah, this interview is merely a formality. I was already told I have the job and what the hourly pay was and da-da-da-da-da. And he's like, well, what did they tell you? And I told him, and he goes, well, the pay is this. And I was like, okay, well, that's fine. And he cut my pay by almost a whole, by almost a whole dollar. But I still took the job with a smile. Still showed up early every time. Still completed all my tasks. You know, I did my job properly, loyally, and with quality control. If something wasn't right, I didn't let it just slide through my bench. I fixed it. So I was deserving and worthy of a raise. So I dumped their asses and went on my own. And yeah, so I don't care. I'd rather work a full-time and 2 part-times to pay my bills than to work for jerks like that. Just because somebody doesn't see your worth, it shouldn't lower your value. So it might be hard to walk away from a relationship, from a job, from whatever situation it is that you're facing or you're in, but it's more beneficial for you to walk away health-wise, financially, everything. You grow in so many different ways when you separate yourself from something you feel anchored to and start figuring things out on your own. It really is a learning experience, and it really is something that improves your skill set as well. I was extremely upset and worried when we missed our May 22nd meeting that Gila and I didn't attend, because it was an LTB meeting with the landlord, the new landlord, and the co-signer. She wasn't listed in any of the proceedings, so I advised us to stay away. He's staring at a squirrel on the grass over there. He's got good eyes, folks. But it ended up being for the best in the long run. Yeah, she got a threat of the sheriff coming on June 13th, but we submitted a couple of forms. We pushed things forward quicker, and now she's got a date, July 2nd. She's gonna get heard out by the LTB, and I'm sure we're gonna be able to save her apartment. I know, Bowie, you want to get that squirrel, don't you? Oh, I know you do. Oh, my safety meeting went out. I want to relight it, but I don't really need to. My mouth is dry as shit. Like a desert traveler sandal. Holy. Screw it, let's get extra high. We're your 420 friendly everything here, folks. We do coins, we do good eats, we do card collecting, we do cute animals, we do funny jokes, we do all the cool stuff. It's the flyest, chillest, most awesome, most amazing, most spectacular, sensational, surprising, and sexy channel on YouTube and the internet. Chris Curtis Fight the Good Fight. We're all critical thinkers. None of us here are Karens and whiners. We're well aware that our government does not have our best interests in mind. And for those of us here that do participate in the system, or those that are watching that participate and or believe in the system, I like to put you to task and challenge you. Get your officials to stop the high rent increases. Get your officials to let the non-violent drug offenders out of jail, so as a taxpayer you're not incurring the costs of housing them in the jails. Call your politicians. Jesus, truck, do you have to be so loud? Call your politicians and tell them you want to see state-of-the-art homeless shelters for the homeless, and more help for the elderly and the single fathers and mothers out there that are in between jobs or whatever it is. Get your government to and hold them to task. You hired them as your employees. Now get them to do the work you want to see done. State-of-the-art homeless shelters, improvement. Because folks, I used to participate in it. I used to think my vote meant something and that there was something to it and that it could do decent things. But as I've grown older, I haven't voted in a long time now. I don't wish to choose my neighbor's rulers. And I can see the hypocrisy and the lame service we get from our employees that we vote into power. It doesn't seem to matter the political banner above the door. You can name the party whatever you want. They don't really focus on the serious stuff. In fact, if I remember, yeah, most certainly, just, if it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before, a third suspect in the largest fentanyl bust in Ontario was granted bail. So I don't know how many days they were sitting inside, but it probably wasn't very many. I'm gonna have to research the information a bit better. But these people weren't born in Canada, and they are part of the largest fentanyl bust in Ontario, and they're walking around free right now. They're not even sitting in court, in the joint doing dead time, waiting for a court date, which by rights they should be. By all rights. As much as I want to support, getting one over on the government or whatever, fentanyl is super deadly, folks. It's killing people left, right, and center. I almost lost a cousin to it last year, year before maybe. I don't know how the hell they found it or why they even wanted to try it. But yeah, they almost died. They almost killed themselves. And that's how I see it. Whoever sold it to them, I don't think should necessarily be held responsible. they were dumb enough to ingest it, that's stupid. I don't even know why it's out there, folks, or why anybody wants to try it. It's like, I can remember when bath salts were hitting the streets, and I heard this story. It was, I can't remember where, it was somewhere in the States though. I'm blanking on the specific state. Might have been San Francisco. Anywho, somebody on bath salts in lingerie hurt their neighbor's dog and like did some very bad things to a stranger on the road, like out in public, hurt somebody off of bath salts. And I heard that story and I was like, okay, note to self, never do bath salts or hang around people that do bath salts. Like, I don't know how anyone hears a story like that about some new substance that's out there and then is like, wow, man, who's got bath salts? I want to buy some and try it. I need to check that out, man. Dude turned into a zombie and went nuts. Harmed the neighbor's dog and hurt somebody in public. I want to try that. I don't get it. I really don't. You look at what happens to people that use meth and how they look after so many years of doing that drug, and it's like, why would you think to yourself, hey, it might be a good idea? There's an episode of Family Guy, Peter's like, I got us an 8-ball of meth, I thought we could do it together. Like, oh my God, it's just such a dumb idea, folks. There's a guy out there who wrote a book about his meth addiction. I don't know how many years it lasted. He hit it quite well. Nobody, in fact, knew. And he was a tennis champion, a tennis pro, and well known on the tennis circuit. But nobody knew that he was like doing meth all the time. I don't know. To each their own. I think in one of my other clips I said it might not be right, but somewhere right now a CEO of some multi-million-dollar corporation is trying out meth for the first time, and he shouldn't. Or she shouldn't, whatever. I'm pretty sure there's female CEOs. Yes, Chris, stop being a sexist. Of course there's female CEOs. So yeah, I'm a little like that, folks. I'm a little old school. I like to hold the door for my lady, and I like to say things that piss women off sometimes, you know. Drive by a feminist rally and be like, get back in the laundry room and kitchen where you belong, and freak them out, you know? That kind of guy. Get them all riled up. How dare you? Women are more than sexual objects and employees that clean up after you and your kids and Yeah, okay. Relax. We'll see how I got him at, like, I've got tension on his lead. We'll see how he reacts. Somebody's walking by. Never mind, Bowie. Come here. Come here, Bowie. She doesn't want your bark. Relax. She doesn't want the tree. Don't worry. Never mind. He thinks you want to eat the tree with him. Yeah, what was that all about, you punk? Letting her know that's yours. Oh, there's the lady with the tiny doggy. She's crossing the street. So yeah, you never know what life's gonna throw your way, folks. First time I fell in love, I went to the store with a buddy and ran into a girl that he knew, and her girlfriend liked me, and there went 4 years of my life with that person. Or maybe a little more than 4 years. But yeah, you don't know what life's gonna throw your way. Could win the lottery tomorrow, could get a raise, could get fired. So whatever it is that tomorrow brings, just know that you will make it through it and you'll be better for it. Whether it's winning the lottery or getting a raise or getting fired or leaving somebody you're with that is a bad situation, whatever. Do what's best for you, and no matter what comes your way, stay strong and know that you'll get through it. There's resources out there to help you if you need it. You know, hopefully you're smart with your money. You're not going to the bar every other weekend and spending your savings. You're actually putting some aside. You should have at least 3 days worth of rations and food available if your power goes out or there's a stay in place order or something. At least you got some food to last you a little while. And what I say is at least start somewhere. You start by getting a couple of days of food put aside that you know is there in an emergency. You're not going to eat it. And then get 2 more days put aside, and then 2 more days and 2 more days, and slowly build up your little stash of, what's it called? In case of emergency food, you know? It doesn't have to be full shit hitting the fan, nukes flying, everyone's kissing their ass goodbye, snorting their last half gram before the fucking bombs hit the floor or whatever they're into, or, you know, start screwing their brains out because it's the last screw they might get. It doesn't have to be that. It could just be, like I said, we experienced, there was a tornado that touched down near Craig Henry and Canada and whatnot, and we were out of power for a while. So, you know, it could be anything. I've experienced an earthquake, and I didn't think I would ever experience an earthquake. So you're better off to have that extra provision and not need it than to need that extra provision and not have it. So do what you got to do. Start with a couple of days, and then 2 more days and 2 more days, and before you know it, you'll have a couple weeks worth of provision set aside under your bed or in your closet, whatever. It could be anything, bags of rice, anything. Just think ahead. And like I said, you don't have to prepare for a mass extinction situation, like start digging a bunker or anything. Not that that would hurt you to have a bunker. But even if you're not capable of doing that, just to have, like I said, a few days food put away and stash some cash, man. Stash a couple months worth of rent in case you can't go to work for a while, or you can't fulfill whatever it is. Maybe you work for yourself, you run your own business, but maybe because of whatever situation, you can't go and do the contract, so you can't pull in more income. So prepare yourself for stuff like that. You know, put it away, pretend it's not there. Somebody calls you up for some stupid, silly thing like, oh, it's my 40th birthday, I'm going to be going to Vegas, you want to come with me? Don't think about that rent money you got put away and, okay, let's go, we're besties, and head to Vegas for a weekend and come back with $500. You know, like, you don't save up 3-4 months of rent to pull that with it, you know? You save it in case you're going to need it, whether to move and find a new place, or whether it's to, like I said, you can't fulfill your duties to bring more income in. Now you got a bit of income to sustain yourself for a few months, rent-wise or mortgage-wise or land tax-wise, whatever it is. No. Just 2 people walking and he acting like silliness. I had it on lock though. All right, well, it's been a little while. I think we're gonna head in. You ready to go in? Are you ready to go in? Come on. We're gonna go. Let's go this way. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Take care of yourselves and each other. You're all rock stars. You're all roadies. Come here. I'm gonna get you on a short lead. Okay, we're gonna tap out here, folks. Take care of yourselves and each other. Hit the prescription if you're new to the channel. Hit the bell notification. That's like filling the prescription. You'll know when I post something new. Hit the thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Help the channel to grow. Share with a friend that might be into this content. And we'll catch us all on the flip side. Get yourself some bowling shoes. I'm gonna. Okay, bye.